but I don't know what else to do. Okay, number 4 is which expression is equivalent to 20k? So we're going to look and we're going to see, is 15k plus 5 equivalent to 20k? This is what we're looking for. No, because you cannot combine a k and a 5. For this one, you have to distribute the 2 to the 5. That makes it into a 10. And then you add 2 times k, which is 2k. We did this last time I made a video for you. And then you add in the plus 10k. So then we have 10 plus 2k plus 10k. What does that equal? It equals 12k plus 10. So this does not equal 20k. And then this one, 2 times 5k plus 10k. So you do 2 times 5 is 10k plus 10k equals 20k. So the only one that equals 20k is C. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. Which value makes T Okay, so it's 11 plus T, 7T plus 32. So what do you think you do for this?
You have to add 11 plus 7 plus 32.
It's not 7 though.
Instead of...
This is 11 plus 7T. And they're saying which value for T makes the equation true.
So you have to replace T with 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So do that and tell me which one makes it true. Okay, and how did you do that?
I did 11 plus 73 equals 32.
Yeah, and how did you know that it wasn't 1, 2, or 4?
Because I tried it for 1, it didn't work.
You did right now?
Huh?
You did that right now?
Yeah, because 11 plus 70 plus 1 does not equal 32.
Okay. Now for the next one. We, do you even have your book with you or no?
My book?
Yes, Jalen, your book.
Yeah, I have it with me.
So, for number 6, what would you do?
Number 6. You have to do 6 divided by 3.
Okay.
And 6 divided by 3 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, would the answer be, it took her 2 hours?
Yes. It took her 2 hours. No. So that is not correct.
It took her.
It did take her 2 hours, but that's not what they're asking. That's not what the question is asking. What is the question asking?
Avery spent 3 hours making 6 centerpieces of the bouquet. Write and solve a multiplication equation to find out how long it took Avery to make one. So you have to divide 6 divided by 3 and then multiply it.
Yep, and what do you multiply it by?
You multiply it 2 times 1 because it's asking how much it took to make one centerpiece.
Yep, and so what do you do? What's the answer?
2 times 1 is 2.
But what is the answer?
It took 2 hours to make one centerpiece.
So it says write and solve a multiplication equation to find out how long it took Avery to make one centerpiece. So if it took her 3 hours to make 6 centerpieces, you were right. You would do 6 goes into 3 how many times?
2.
And they want to know how many it took. So this is saying if it took 3 hours to make 6, she made 2 per hour. And the question they're asking is, how long did it take her to make 1?
2 per hour. So then 1 per hour.
No, she made 2 per hour. So how long did it take her to make one centerpiece?
Well, if it took her 2 hours to make 2 centerpieces,
but it didn't. It took her 3 hours to make 6, so that's 2 per hour. So if she could make 2 per hour, how many would she make? How long would it take her to make 1?
30 minutes?
Exactly. So how much would it take? It would take her 30 minutes because she could make 2 in 1 hour. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 7. So
I
go.
already have this one done. I think we did this one last time, but for this one, I have -10 circled and -7 circled.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8.
So this is the one that you said you didn't understand. So 8.5 equals 2 1/4 L. So we know that they're talking about area, right? And so she has a poster, and the total area is 8.5. And they're saying the width is 2 1/4, and the length is unknown. So we don't know what the length is. How would we set that equation up?
You would do 8.5 minus 2 1/4.
No. So, how do we figure out what area of a rectangle is?
I didn't get area
Okay.
whenever we were learning it in 6th
Area of a rectangle is area equals L times W. L stands for length and W stands for width. So if you are figuring out what area is, you would just do whatever the length is times whatever the width is. So for example, if I had something like this and I said that this part was 5 and this part was 3, right? This is the length and this is the width or the height. So it's length times width. So you would do area equals length times width. So the first step is to write out the problem. And this is the formula for a rectangle. So step 1 is you write the formula. Step 2 is you plug in the, let me make it like this. This is 5 and this is 3. Okay, so our length is 5 and our width is 3. So you would plug in what the length and the width is. And then you would write A equals 5 times 3. So the second step is to plug in the numbers. And this is length and this is width. It's how high the box is, and the length is how long it is. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, whenever you originally wrote the triangle in that upward position, I still have it in that upward position. I don't have it.
Okay, well change it because this is almost always the way it's going to look.
Okay.
And it's not a triangle, honey, it's a rectangle. Okay, so now you do the math. So what is 5 times 3?
5 times 15.
Okay, so that's the answer.